Hello guys, Anmol, Gurdev and Rebecca here. Today we're coming back to you live for another episode of Paris and Bazcast, our weekly episodes where we bring on new guest speakers to discuss topics about property management, sales and finance, the three services we provide here at Paris and Baz. Today we're joined by Rebecca from Western Sydney Business Centre to talk about energy efficiency in the world of growing energy consumption and electricity bills. It's always handy to know how we can save on that, on the bills that you pay for them. So without further ado, let's get started.
Thank you, Rebecca, for joining us. Just a brief introduction about yourself and what you do.
Okay. So currently I work as an advisor at Western Sydney Business Centre and since 2016.
Yeah.
But between 2009 and 2014, I was working as energy assessor for both federal government and state government program.
Right. Yeah.
So part of my job was to help the residential householder how to cut down on the electricity usage by looking at how the property structure, what kind of appliances that they're using, and also to change their behavior. And so I was actually conduct assessment between Sydney and Wollongong, and I did about approximately over 5,000 assessment during this period.
Wow.
I also had qualification in business sustainability assessment, and we also help some small business to help them to be more energy efficiency.
Wow, there you go.
What's the common mistakes you saw when you were doing the assessments of the energy bills?
The common mistake?
Yeah, from the owner in terms of saving money.
I would say probably because everyone wants to saving money. So therefore, a lot of people just follow the advice, which a lot of times they don't realize there's also certain condition attached to it, which we will talk about. This is what we call energy myth.
Right.
So for example, like use electricity after 9 o'clock will save you electricity. That will work only if you have smart meter.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, which I have clients in the past were actually thinking, okay, should we use the electricity after 9, thinking we'll save money? But problem is her meter will just what we call the standard meter, which means 24 hours is charged exactly the same rate.
Sure.
So because she washed the clothes in the night, she had to use a dryer.
Yeah. Okay.
So then her electricity bill actually going up instead of going down.
Yeah. Okay.
Where if she realized the type of meter that she had, she actually told me, she would just wash during the day and hand it out.
Hang it out instead. Okay. So talk us through about the different meters. So what are the different options? So there's a standard meter and there's a smart meter. Is that the two?
Yeah. So before we start that, so usually in electricity bill, there's a 3 component. So you will have what we call the usage component. You also have what we call the daily charge, which is a bit like line rental, regardless whether you use or not.
Yeah. Sure.
So the daily charge we have what we call, just a normal daily charge. That will be anywhere between 79 cents to $1 per day. Also, you have the hot water daily charge that will be charging anywhere between 6 to 8 cents. And the last part we have if you say, for example, any rebate or discount. So, for example, some of the householder, if they have healthcare card, pension card, or veteran affairs card, they can also entitle to certain rebate as well. So there are 3 different types of the meter.
So we've got. So referring to our lovely chart there.
I hope it's clear. So usually what you found is 3 different kind of meter. So you have peak and control load and smart meter.
Sure.
Now, so the peak meter, like I mentioned before, is the same rate 24 hours. So you can use at 5 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the night. You can charge exactly the same rate.
Sure.
Okay. There is no separate meter for your hot water. So therefore, your hot water will charge exactly the same rate as well. In this incident, it's possible the householder probably will have gas for either the hot water or cooking. Okay. And the hot water tank usually is quite small. So we're looking at about under 200 liter. Usually it's probably about 125 liter. And so we're probably looking at the probably unit or townhouses. And the charge at the moment is roughly about 30 cents per each kilowatt.
Sure.
Okay.
So 30 cents per kilowatt for a peak meter that is typically used for units or townhouses or smaller properties. Sure.
Okay. And then we also have what we call peak and control load. Now, control load is what we call the hot water. Okay, so you have separate meter for your hot water. So in this case, most likely in the household, you have electricity to do everything. So for cooking, cleaning, hot water, everything. So therefore, there's no gas service. Controller, what it means, there's the controller 1 and controller 2.
Sure.
So it basically just means how often you heat out your hot water.
Sure.
So controller 1 heat out once a day. Usually it's from like between 11 o'clock in the night to 7 o'clock in the morning. Controller 2 will heat up twice a day. So besides 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., and you probably will start again from 9 o'clock in the morning until lunchtime.
Sure.
And the charge is usually roughly about between 10 cents to 14 cents per kilowatt.
Sure. Okay, so 10 to 14 cents per kilowatt, peak and control load. And so it heats once a day or twice a day, depending on the structure. No gas. And this is mainly for a lot of older properties, would you say? Because I think we've got a few properties